Hey guys, come on in. Come into my living room and have a wonderful conversation with me. I am so excited about today. I have a very, very special guest that's going to be joining me. I feel so privileged and honored. And it's funny because I've been mostly talking about the music industry. And so we're going to move in as we move further into my book. We're going to be talking to people, television personalities. We can talk to models, agents, managers, attorneys, because I want to share a lot of different things with you. So my book, it's called 10 Dirty Little Secrets. And there's a little bitty fine print right there that says 10 Dirty Little Secrets that nobody wants to tell you about the entertainment industry. And that's what's funny. We don't read the fine print and we miss it. And when you miss it, bad things happen. It's not always good. And so the book is basically to inspire people to be prepared to get fired, be prepared to lose friends, be prepared to just go through a plethora of situations that are sometimes becoming and sometimes not, and sometimes painful. This business is not for the faint of heart. So I just share with you 10 little secrets that I think you should know about that will help catapult you into your next. If you're new in this industry, read the book. If you've been in the industry and you basically are at a stalemate or basically want to reconfirm what you already know, read the book. Because sometimes you think you know something and you've experienced it and you're like, wait a minute, I couldn't possibly be right about what I think I know. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. So those 10 little secrets are in this book. And the reason why I have my next guest, and I'm so excited about bringing her on, she has been on the Ricky Smiley show, radio show for 12 years. She's on Claws, and oh my gosh, with Niecy Nash, and that show is fierce. If you have not seen Claws, you need to watch it. It is amazing, and she's on a couple of seasons on that, and she's on Little Women of Atlanta, and she's been on for 5 seasons, so she's done 78 episodes. If you haven't seen that show, it comes on Lifetime. And she has a very interesting story, and I wanted her to come and share her entertainment stories because she didn't start on Little Women of Atlanta. That's not when her career started. She's been doing this for a very long time. So without further ado, we are on time. It is 6:01. I'm waiting for people to come into the room so we can talk to our very, very good friend. I'm so excited that she is here with us today. And she's going to confirm some of the secrets that are in my book. I'm telling you, these secrets that are in 10 Dirty Little Secrets, there it is right there, are things that when you talk about getting fired, or you talking about just boundaries, crossing boundaries, and being able to have a life, a personal life, a business life, raise your family, but be present in the business. You have to know where to draw those boundaries. It's in the book. It talks about living a legendary life. It talks about you knowing who you are, even though people don't want you. They may say, bye, you're fired, goodbye. And you really believe in what it is that you are trying to achieve. You have to keep going. You just cannot stop. I have so many friends out there that want to come in and share with you. But I'm like, we're here. It's COVID-19. We're sitting at home with nothing to do. Although some people are more busy now than they were before. But in the evening time, we have time to relax and spend time with our family. I just wanted to share these little secrets with you. So without further ado, I'm going to invite my very good friend, and she is amazing. Her name is... Here we go. I'm bringing her on live. Just stand by. Her name is Miss Juicy, baby!
Hey!
How are you, beautiful?
I'm simply fabulous. And yourself?
I'm fantastic. I'm even better because I see purple. Is that purple hair?
Yes, I love purple.
Oh, let me see. Let's see. Ooh, those are braids. My daughter's probably watching this. She's gonna say, I want purple braids.
Yes, I love her too. I love my purple hair. Purple everything.
Oh, everything.
Yes.
Purple rain.
Yes.
Actually, purple is a great color. I was just telling my audience about why I invited you on today. We're talking about my book, which is 10 Dirty Little Secrets, and how this story relates to anybody that's in the entertainment industry, and it also translates out of the entertainment industry. These are just life lessons that you'll learn along the way when you become an adult, if you're young, and if you are an adult, these things happen over and over again. It's funny how we repeat our same mistakes, huh?
I'm turning it around so they can see you.
Oh, yeah. Hi, guys. We got to share on 10 dirty little secrets. Well, I'm so excited to have you on today. I told him we've been on the Ricky Smiley show for 12 years, right?
Yes, 12 plus years. Yes,
Oh
ma'am.
my. I'm saying that I talked about Claws with Niecy Nash. How many seasons have you done?
Actually, I've done 2 seasons already with Niecy. This upcoming season, which is the fourth season, will be my third season with her.
Wow, that show is phenomenal. It's fun.
Yes,
You know what's
ma'am.
interesting? What's interesting about it? It's a comedy, but it's on Netflix, by the way. That's where you find it on Netflix.
It's
Um,
on Netflix too?
it's on Netflix too. Because I
Okay.
was looking at, I was like, oh, I didn't know this was on Netflix. I thought it was on the USA channel. Then I saw it on Netflix too. I was like,
It's on TNT.
TNT. Okay,
TNT,
thank you for that.
for the new episodes. And I guess once the corona, the pandemic is over, then we'll start back filming season 4. Because we was in the middle of filming season 4 when we got this.
Wow. So can you, before we get, I really want to talk about Claws and how that started. We love Niecy. You know, what part do you play and why are you so important to the role? Because that's a phenomenal show.
Oh my God. Well, actually, when I first started with them, season 2 with them, when I first started, I didn't have a permanent role or anything, but I was just another person getting her nails fixed in a salon. I guess I did so well, she wanted to bring me back. So, season 3, she brought me back with a more permanent role, and my name is Tabitha.
Oh, really?
So my name is Tabitha in Claus. And so I'm a friend of Niecy's. And so, and then, like I said, Tabitha began to be a more established role season 4 coming up.
So what do you think? I mean, outside of you being really great at what you do, how did that, like some people get a role and it be stuck, well, hold on, let me, cheers, hello. I should have brought my wine. Let's do this. So, people get roles, and most of the times, I mean, if you're like, it's like a blessing, right place, right time, right personality to be asked
Exactly.
back for a reoccurring role. How do you think that happens? Because people out there who are actresses, actors, who have maybe played a small part, an extra, or just made a cameo appearance, and the next thing you know, I mean, they're praying to have the opportunity that you have.
Well, it's all in developing your character, knowing what your role is, and just going to be the best that you can be at the character. You got to develop that character. You just can't go and read lines or remember lines. You got to develop it. In other words, what that means is go study that character, what that character is about, what message is that character supposed to deliver, who's this character supposed to be, best friend, mama, auntie, whatever. Develop that character and be, if you're supposed to be a mom, be the best darn mom you can be. So you channel something that, like, if you idolize your mom, you channel all of the things that your mom used to do and you bring that into that character.
So now they give you like a general, here's a script, here's a general synopsis of who we want. And then do you create all the personality, or like everything you just said, you take that and is it is it open where they give you the opportunity to do that, or you come up with it on your own, or they tell you? How does that work?
Well, they give you your role when you're doing a scripted show, which is a clause. It's a scripted show.
Right.
Like a TV series, or sitcoms or scripted shows.
Right.
So the synopsis, everything is already written for you. So what you got to do is read. You got to read and see what that character is, and
Right.
then you got to develop that character. Don't wait, because sometimes they're not going to have time to tell you
Right.
what this character is about. You got to read it on your own. It depends on how bad you want it.
Right, right. Well, I'm sure they want it. And then it also takes, in addition to having great talent, it does, it's really it takes sometimes being at the right place at the right time, meeting the right people, relationships.
Correct. It's not, my favorite line is, it's not all about what you know, it's who you know.
That is very true.
That's this entertainment now. It's not all about what you know, it's who you know.
So now let's talk about and that is so real. And I can tell you on so many levels, that's how I came up in this industry. I came up in music and I started at the bottom of the totem pole. And I was a hospitality director. And I used to do dressing rooms. I do bring all the food and pipe and drapery and do media parties. And every event that I gave, I worked with Luther Vandross. That was my first job. I met people, I made connections, I made relationships that have lasted. And sometimes people call me back, well, all the time. They will call me back and say, hey, I have a position that fits your personality. So
Right.
it really is who you know.
Exactly.
Can you tell me the difference between scripted and reality? Because you have experience in both.
Well, I can only speak on the reality show, that the two reality shows that I've been on, like,
To keep a job and that in a relationship, especially at something at that level. And this is a national syndicated show with radio, so people know you from every morning or afternoon or evening when you come on. It depends on what market they're in, but as well as Little Women of Atlanta that's on Lifetime, which is huge.
exactly.
Such
Well,
great.
see, a lot of people don't know that I started in a theater. So, well, actually, let me change that. I started in church. Okay, I started in church, and so from that, and then everyday living, theater, in school, then theater
Mhm.
professionally with Shelley Garrett. That's where I
Did you
originally
say Shelley
started.
Garrett?
That's where I started with.
Oh my, but was that a beauty shop or?
Yes, I did beauty shop under new
Wow.
management. I was a new owner.
I didn't know that.
I did six
Dirty little
plays with
secret.
him. I did six plays with Shelley before I even met Ricky Smiley.
Wow.
And
I was so sad to hear about his passing. That was like maybe a year ago or something like
yes,
that.
yes. And you could not keep me away from it.
But
He was here in Atlanta.
I didn't know that. Before Tyler Perry, there was Shelley Garrett.
Exactly. A lot of people don't know that. And so that's where I basically got my start. And I knew I had a gift to gab, honey. Then I was like, okay.
Take this somewhere. I mean, that's really a blessing because I do know other people that started with Shelley Garrett and then they kind of fell along the wayside. But you thought, you know what, this is my niche right here. I love it. This is what I want to do. And so you start fighting for it because those roles you really have to fight for. They just don't drop in your lap. Well, sometimes they do, but you got it's something. There's ebbs and flows. Sometimes there's no work, and then
Yes.
sometimes it's just pouring opportunity.
Pouring in, pouring in. And then I also did a movie with Fred Hammond. Uh, Fred Hammond, Christmas Who Needs It.
Oh yeah, you did
Yes.
that.
Hmm.
So so people listen. She didn't just pop up on the Ricky Smiley show, or she didn't pop up on the Little Women of Atlanta. She's put the chops in because when you start in theater, live theater, where people are going to laugh or boo you,
Yes.
everything is real time. You're gonna just like we are. It's real time, but we're
Real
like
time.
we're just having tea and wine
Yes.
and sitting in the living room, and so we feel comfortable, so we can make mistakes, especially with this new technology that's going on, and everybody's trying to figure it out. Everybody's making mistakes, so it's okay. You look good today.
Okay.
Let me just tell you. So I want to go back to. I want to start with this. Um, Little Women of Atlanta.
Okay.
And I've watched the series. And I know that you and Minnie had a tumultuous relationship, probably love in the end. But so with those, because I've worked in reality where people have pitched characters against each other. They'll tell one person one thing, another person, and then you find out they didn't really say that, but it's too late. I want to say that I still could feel the love there. No matter what, you just still feel the love. And there's a lot of fans out there right now. I'm looking at the messages that are saying sorry for the loss.
Yes. It's oh, It is a bittersweet because for the people that don't know, we did lose many last week. Um, that oh, that was so devastating. Of course, the show shows one thing. I
Yes,
think a lot of people get it twisted that um that don't mean that the show is fake. If you think about it, all relationships in life have their ups and downs,
right.
whether they're friends,
Yes,
whether they're married couples,
yes,
whether they're family.
yes,
So they have their ups and downs. Our reality show is reality. And it's not like pitted against each other. She don't know how, if we're dealt with a situation, I wouldn't know how that person is going to react, and that person don't know how I'm going to react. That's the
right,
reason why it's called reality.
right,
That's reality. That's not real. That's not fake. What's fake is when someone tell you what to say
yes,
and how to act. But this is, we both will put in situations where we have to act accordingly. And so um, natural instincts a lot.
right,
So, but anyway, at the end of the day, we still, even though we disagreed,
right,
we also still have a life. We had a life relationship. We knew each other before the show, knew each other during the show, and even if the show's no longer, when the show wasn't here anymore for a minute, when we take our breaks, we still have a relationship outside of the show.
right, right. Well,
I
people,
mean, and when
people,
you've been, yeah, when you're, no, you're fine. When you're friends, you're going to have a relationship outside of, there's business and there's pleasure. So,
that, which leads me to chapter 2 of my book, which is called, it sounds negative. They are not your friend. And let me
Mhm.
explain that. That
Okay.
doesn't mean people aren't your friends. Friendship, like you just said, it's not a given, it's earned. You have to earn friendship. So, with that being said, you guys had years of friendship. Like you said, you knew her before and you
Hmm.
knew her when and during the season. So, it took a long time. That's the first thing. The second thing is it's business.
It's
And
business.
when you are doing business, you have to separate the two and know what it.
Exactly. Exactly. If not, that's how friendship ends. When you do not know how to separate the business. But see, we was able to separate the business. We were struggling at first
Right,
because you have a party that's not used to it. But
right,
once both party get to an agreement, you can have you'll have better time working. Working environment is so much better. So you
right,
got to be able to separate the two. I mean, people may see us argue, fuss, and fight on TV,
right.
but guess what? We could do it, but let somebody else do it to her, or let
It's
somebody else do it to me.
it's like I have my sister.
Hmm.
Anybody, if you have siblings, you fought as a child, but you couldn't get rid of them because they were your sisters or
My
brothers.
sister, I have one sister. We fight and we grown. But you have disagreements, but she's not going nowhere. Like I'm not going nowhere.
Ex-
I have my sister back. That's how me and Minnie, and I hate to speak on it because she's not here anymore, but that's how we were.
but that's
We fuss
positive.
and fight
Right.
like cats and dogs, like sisters and brothers. But she had my back and I had hers.
And that's what's important. And that's what we want people to know. We want people to know we were sisters. You guys were sisters. And we fought and we got over it and had a drink.
Okay.
I fight my
For
sister
real.
all the time, probably today. I get on her nerves. But let somebody say something. She has my back. Even when I'm wrong, she has my back. My sisters are that's my family. And we fight
Right.
and then we love on each other all the way to the end. So I just want to say from all the audience that's out there watching that we're sending her family love. We're sending
Exactly.
you love because it affects your heart.
Oh my
And
God.
nobody knows the pain that you go through when you're at home alone and you're not on TV.
And they didn't understand that because I know it was a lot of comments or whatever because I wasn't posting and I wasn't sharing my emotions with the world. But I grieve differently than a lot of people. And
Yes.
that was somebody that was really, really close to me. And so, therefore, I needed that time alone to grieve because when your whole life basically is on a public platform,
Yes.
and mine was on a double public platform as far as radio and then as far as TV. And so I needed that a long time. I'm still grieving today.
Yeah,
It's
it's
going
only
to
been
be,
like a week or so, right?
yeah, it's going to be hard to even come back after something so devastating as that. Because as you know, if you're a fan of Little Women, each one of us on the show have our own role. We have our own different personality and we bring our own things and talent to the table.
Right, right.
So losing such a dramatic person as her, and it's really, really going to be hard for all of us to continue. But I mean, that is so, it's very devastating.
I think it'll make you guys even closer, a closer knit group as you guys return to for a new season because you guys will continue to mourn because you love her and try to adjust with the role, but that role will be missed and you guys will miss her there. So we are sending love to you and we're sending love
Thank
to her family and that's sincere. And I have people that are, I'm looking at the stream and people are just sending hearts. So know that the hearts are coming and we're sending love. So she is sending love, kisses back to you guys. I want to know that thing right behind you. Is that an emoji? What is that? The figure.
Oh my that's my my I have cut out cardboard cutouts of myself, life size cutout.
Let me see. Oh, look at that, guys. Oh, that's cute. Is that a part? That's a part of your brand?
Yes.
Because I hear you have some fly shades.
Yes, I do. Eminence Eyewear by Juicy. And are men
Okay, what's
and
the name of
women.
it?
Eminence Eyewear by Juicy. And it's men and women um, designer shades.
Okay, so is this something new or you've been doing this for a while?
Well, actually, I launched it back in, I did an official launch back in February. I actually launched it before then back in December
Right.
online, but I did an official launch for everybody back in February.
So do you find that during this season of COVID-19, you're more busy now promoting, marketing? It's like you're not off.
I'm not off. I am not off. I stay busy every day, all day, because I got to let my fans know I'm here. Um, keep making things fresh, keep turning over things, just making sure my fans know what Miss Juicy got going on, what's new, and what we're bringing back. So hey, I never stop working.
Wow. Yeah. Well, you're very lucky. I find myself more. I was launching my book March, and I had all these bookings, book signings, and I was going on a tour with different celebrities like you and having them on a platform with me. This was supposed to be a live forum, and when everything just shut down, it was like it was over. Everything was canceled. But you know what? You're like, okay, let's figure out another way.
Okay, you got to because your bill's going to continue to come in. And people don't understand that. Just like after I left the morning show, people like, "What are you going to do now?" I said the same thing I was doing while I was there. You don't stop working, baby. You continue to work. It's called grinding. How bad do you want it? That's entertainment. If
That
you
is
want
entertainment.
something, if you want something, you gotta grind and you gotta hustle for it. You can't expect somebody just to hand it to you.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the finishing the Ricky Smiley show and being there for 12 years, I'm just going to share something personal with you because when I saw an interview you did and you were by yourself and it wasn't even an interview. You were just making a statement about your truth. And I listened to your story and I just literally fell in love with you. I was like, this woman is, and I'm not saying this to blow wind up your tail or anything like that. I really mean this, because what you said is back to my 10 dirty little secrets. And you didn't get fired. And some people think you got fired. But the thing is that when you're no longer working with someone who you consider family, 12 years, that's family. That's a marriage. That's a relationship. It doesn't matter how it ended. It's painful for everybody, and it's an adjustment. And when I heard you speak on it, and you talked about the recovery, the part of it that, you gave Brad a shout out. I love Brad. That's my girl. You gave everybody a shout out, even the people that you may not have gotten along with. You said, look, Ricky called me. Everybody called to check on me. And it was a decision that had to be made. And I'm going to let you tell your own story. But I love the way you said it, because in my book, it talks about being in this industry, and you have to watch what you say, because you can say the wrong thing and people will consider not hiring you because, oh, loose lips.
Exactly. Exactly. It's not, and it's also how you was raised. I was raised, my mom and my dad, my family, and then by me um being brought up in the church, I had other mamas and daddies. So
Yes. Ooh,
that
I so get
if
that.
you treat people with respect, and you should also demand respect. So I, regardless of what people wanted to message that they wanted to get out of that, they wasn't going to get. They was going to get, like I said, my truth. They was going to get what it was. And my deal was, hey, I decided to move on. If I can't get what I'm worth, it's all about knowing what you're worth and knowing your value. If you feel like your value is something more than what you're offered, then you crazy as hell to stay there. And that's just straight up. You just got to know your worth. And I felt like I've been there long enough, and I'm a different person than what I was in 2006 when I first came, than what I am now in 2020. I'm a total different person. So I need to be paid accordingly. And
Yes.
so if I'm not going to get it there, let me go somewhere else where I can get it, even if that means working for myself.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So that's all it was.
I'm so emotional about what you just said. I promise, because God has given us all a portion.
Yes,
Nobody can take that away from you.
yes.
What belongs to you is yours. He's given me mine.
What God has for you, God has for you is for you. No matter what. Say for instance, if I wasn't supposed to be there and I went ahead and decided to stay, regardless, I could be missing out on other blessings that God had for me, like getting full time on class, like doing bigger, another show on BET. You didn't know I did that, did you?
No, you are.
but
You have so many dirty little secrets.
but I mean, it's just like doing other shows, because I'm an actress. And a lot of people like, okay, well, she's a reality star. Yes, I'm also a reality star too, but I'm also an actress.
Yes.
That's what I started in this industry. This opened up doors that allowed me to further my career and meet and greet and bump heads and shoulders with um, other decision makers and people that I needed to meet, other producers and promoters. So I took advantage of that platform.
Yes, yes. And that's what we do. That's what you're
I
supposed
took
to do.
advantage of the platform that I was given, and I took it and ran with it. And I always kept God first at the beginning, at the head, in me, around me, and behind me.
When one door closes,
50 more opens,
and that's what
all kind of opportunities.
yeah, hello. Who has all this? You got glasses. You've got claws. We've got Little Women of Atlanta, Lifetime TV. So, it's a blessing. And guess what? You still have a relationship with Ricky. They're still your family. It's about the small print too. When you get into a contract, a lot of times people are so excited. They just go, oh, I'm going to sign it because I'm just on a show.
Dirty little secret number one. Read all contracts. If you're not able to read and get representation like a lawyer, an entertainment lawyer, in anything that you do in the entertainment industry, you got to have it in black and white.
And red too. They go red line that contract. And that's what this book says. 10 dirty little secrets that nobody wants to tell you about. And trust me, nobody's going to tell you that on season 2 you can be eliminated, or season 2 we won't increase your salary, or I was a producer on a show called, it used to be a little show when it first started, it was called American Idol.
Yeah, a little show.
When I started working for 19 Entertainment, who was the crew or the creators of American Idol, there were 6 of us in a small office on Beverly and right in Santa Monica, where those streets connect. When I say a little office, it's the size of my living room, and we had cubicles in a couple of little offices, but we were just there, not knowing that this was going to be the #1 TV show in the world, not just a local show on Fox, but the world. And at that time, it was the hottest show. And what I loved about it was that you could bring your grandmother and your grandfather because it was a family show. But we worked hard. When I left 19 Entertainment, there were 300 people in the office. So you never know what's going to happen. So when you sign a contract, sometimes it might be a small little show. Next thing you know, it's on Netflix, or they're making a movie or a sequel on it, or another life. You probably get a show on Lifetime. They'll probably do your story. You never know, but you have to read that contract, because if you're in a contract that says you can't do anything else, what happens?
Yes, it was just like me. What you bring to the table, make sure all of that stuff is in your contract. Because if not, you can be blocked from doing this and that because you are considered property of that particular network. So you got to make sure all of those little fine prints are read. And that's what an entertainment lawyer job is to do, is to read that contract and let you know the ins and outs of it. Now, even though you have an entertainment lawyer, she or he is going to read that contract thoroughly and explain to you what that contract says. Of course, at the end of the day, it's up to you to make the final decision.
Yes, yes.
But that lawyer is your mediator. That lawyer is the person that talks for you.
Exactly. So that brings me to the next question, is your team, because people think they can do this without a team. I can do this, but you find out that you get in this industry and get to the level that you are, even at a medium level, you have to be surrounded by the right team. How did you, and that team consists of, and I talk about this in my book, but that team usually consists of a manager, an agent, an attorney, a business manager, CPA, accountant, somebody counting those money, making sure you pay your taxes, pay the taxes. This team is so vitally important to the success of your career. So how did you pick your team? Wait, before I let you go on, we would be remiss if I don't say this. A good assistant, because they play a vitally important role and now a publicist and your social media director, because social media is everything.
Social media is everything. Social media is so much more than it was when I first started. Okay. Because I've been in the entertainment industry over 19 years. So social media.
You started when you were a baby.
Well,
hello.
Well, I like that answer. But yeah, your team is very important. It took me some time to get the right team. So don't get discouraged for the people that's first starting. Don't try to go and get a team all of a sudden, all out the back, because you can do some things yourself. But it's very important that you can get a trustworthy team. You got to have somebody that you can trust and that's going to be able, you don't always need a yes person in your corner. You need somebody that's going to be able to tell you, no, I don't think you should do that, or no, don't do that, or, to be able to give you some sound advice and
Mhm.
let you know, even though they're working for you,
Right.
but they still got to be able to make a sound mind decision, not just because they feel like that you want to hear this. What's best for you? What's best for your brand?
What I tell people about management is like a marriage. You have
Yes,
to want me, I have to want you.
your team, period.
Yes.
Not just management,
Oh,
the
yeah,
whole entire team
you're
is.
right about that. And they're there to advise and consult. It's up to
Exactly.
you at the end of the day whether you want to take their advice or consultation.
Hmm.
And that's really important. But when you know you have a team that is really for you and you have that trust, because trust is everything, it makes your life so much easier. And you
Yes,
begin to soar. And it's a learning experience because you all are learning, because industry changes, there's ebbs and flows in the
exactly.
industry. But your attorney is well read and he stays on top of his legal game, as well
Exactly.
as your social media director, because this is all new for all of us. But it's majorly important. And they work hand in hand with your publicist, because that's still majorly
Exactly.
important too.
Yes, my entire team, I don't know what I would do without. My whole entire team plays a very important role because they all work together. They all work together to build that brand, to make sure that the Miss Juicy Baby brand is solid, and make sure I'm on my toes at all times. So my team is very, very important regardless what their role is, because sometimes they could be playing a double role. So they all work hand in hand. I'm not no pushover.
Oh no, you're
So
not. Boss
so
lady.
you gotta be able to stand the test of time with Juicy.
Oh, yes, you do. Yeah, but you know what? And people have to respect that, because they know you're not a pushover, but not that you have experience. And so you
Yes,
know what you're talking about. Your team is there to support you. And guess
yes,
what? Sometimes you're wrong,
yes,
and sometimes you're
yes,
right. And sometimes you're right.
yes.
And so it's a compromise, just like a marriage. You give and you take. And then at the end of the day, you make the final decision. And your team is supposed to support you either way.
And they do. That's the reason why I love them so. I love them so much because they, like, if I'm wrong, they let me know. Okay, this is why we feel like you shouldn't make this decision. This is why you should do this. This is why you shouldn't do that. They let me know, and I'm like, okay. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, now that you broke it down, I understand. I didn't look at it that way before.
I
But
was
see,
just getting ready to ask you, what happens when you guys come to an impasse? Like, you're just like, I don't agree with that. What happens? What do you do?
if I don't agree with something or they don't agree with something that I'm doing,
Right. Mhm.
they'll advise me the right way to do it if I am incorrect on something. But if it's something that I'm passionate about,
Yes.
then I explain to them why I'm passionate about it. And
Right.
usually they'll understand why I am passionate about something and go ahead and implement it and make
That's
sure
called,
it gets done.
that's called management. And you do have a wonderful team. I had an opportunity to speak with one of your team members over the past couple of days, and she's amazing.
Oh
So
yes, she
you
is.
keep
Oh,
this.
they are God sent, all of them. The Mimi
Yes.
agency, God sent. I mean, Antoine is God sent. Anika is God. My marketing, all of them. They're all of them is just
You can't do
a
without a team.
blessing.
And let me tell you, I've been a manager for 25 years at least. And as I started working on my book, 10 Dirty Little Secrets, gotta plug
Yes,
that. You gotta plug up. But as I started working on my book, this is the first time that I've come in front of the camera. Normally I'm behind the scenes and I'm usually like, oh, try this, try that, and giving, advice. So now that I have decided to elevate and shift because I came to an impasse with a very dear friend who was still one of my best friends my best friend, where we separated and went separate ways business wise, but we still maintained a friendship. I had to decide what's my next. Do I want to go back into management? So I decided to write about it, to share, to teach, all these things. But guess what? I had to hire a team. So
Yes.
I got a great manager, Ms. Dr. Theon. I got a publicist, Pam Broussard. I have Cherie, my social media director. I have a team and pay the taxes. So you make sure that is
Have to.
vitally.
You have to.
Let me ask you a question. I have people out here asking questions about, oh boy, let's see. Oh, Miss Juicy is, oh gosh. Oh, what kind of music do you like?
It depends on what kind of mood I'm in. I mean, I'm a Jill Scott fan. I love Jill
Did you
Scott.
watch The Battle?
Yes, and I'm an Erica Badu fan. So it's like, it depends. I like. I'm a '90s girl.
Right.
That was my year. So 90s music, R&B, old school hip hop. Um, I'm in love with that. That's something that I just love. I love R&B, the old school R&B, the new school. Now, I don't get me wrong. I love some new school things as well. So, I mean, a wide range, gospel music, jazz, and I just love music.
So, dirty little secret.
God.
Do you sing?
I can hold a tune. There's a difference between singing and singing.
Mm-hmm.
I sing when I'm in the church, and I can sing. I can sing. I just cannot sing.
Well, I heard you sing when you were.
Sing,
Yeah, I heard you sing.
sing, not sing.
I heard you sing.
I'm gonna tell you, singing is
It
Jennifer
was only
Hudson.
like 8 bars.
Sing is Jennifer Hudson. That's sing. Okay.
Sing is subjective because it has to hit your soul. When somebody sings something that hits your soul, that's why they call it soul music.
Oh my God.
Your
She done
soul,
lost her mind.
and it moves you. I love Jennifer Hudson. I love them all. I love Fantasia. I've worked with them, but
Fantasia, that's singing.
okay.
Patti LaBelle, that's
Okay,
singing.
you're right about that.
Okay.
That child right there. I had an opportunity to manage Fantasia, and she did The Color Purple, and I cried every single night. I watched the show. I knew every
Faith
line of the
Evans,
entire show.
that's singing. Faith Evans, that's singing.
Ooh.
Kelly Price, that's singing. Kiki
Yes.
Wyatt, that's singing.
Yes, keep going.
That's singing.
Actress or actor?
Yes. Me, I'm having a fun. I'm just having a good time.
Ooh, hey, hold on. I have a question for you. This is from Curtis Mitchell in California.
Okay.
He said it's hard having a personal relationship while doing a reality show. Is it?
Yes.
So, do you have a boyfriend? Are you married? Are you dating? You know what? A fan asked the question. I was like, hey, let me just
Well, I'm
Yeah.
dating. I'm dating.
Yay! I love it.
And I plead the fifth.
Here we go. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
I love it. That made you smile.
Because I think I'm the most private reality show star that you have ever met. My personal my personal life and like my religious, as you can see, the grieving, that part of my personal life, I do keep that very private.
That's good because somebody just texted in and said, "Oh, she's breaking my heart. She got a man." But that's okay. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs love. Everybody. You know. Oh,
I'm good.
You know what? Relationships are good because in COVID-19, where you were at home.
I'm good.
Okay, we're gonna keep on going.
Thank you.
Listen, 'cause I'm good too. I spent 14 days taking care of my daughter because she got sick. She was
Oh,
exposed.
wow.
And we had to put her in quarantine. So well, not we, I did. So during that 14, actually 17 days of quarantine, I was like, I'm alone. I don't have a boyfriend. So I'm divorced. I got divorced Thanksgiving, but we've been separated for some time, but officially in November. And I realized while I was taking care of my daughter every day, I was like, I'm doing this by myself. And it would have been nice to have somebody to help me at the end of the day, because I was up 22 out of 24 hours taking care of my daughter and getting her back to good health. And thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord, that she's okay. She is much better now. So I want to say that. But this COVID-19 is not a joke. It
It's
is.
not a joke at all. And trust me, I've been there. I don't have any children. I love kids,
Mhm.
but I don't have any children. I was married and I am divorced.
Okay.
So again, I am dating, so I don't have time for games, in other words. So that's another reason why I don't put it out like that. You gotta be serious about yourself. And if you don't know yourself and can't identify with yourself or love God, have the fear of God in you, don't come this way.
You are absolutely 100% correct. It has nothing to do with entertainment other than having boundaries and making sure that you make time for your loved ones, you make time for your family, you make
Exactly.
time for yourself. I'm gonna I have we just talked about that. Somebody and we talked about that. We do have so many people asking so many questions. They said loving thyself is so important. I just want to tell you this. I know that you're from Texas. What's the
Yes.
name of the city?
Corsicana.
Where is that?
It's between Dallas and Houston.
Okay, like somewhere 50-50.
South of Dallas, north of Houston. So it's like 45 minutes south of Dallas.
So I know that people from your hometown are follow your career and are so proud of you, especially from it's a small town apparently, yes?
Yes,
So
yes.
everybody kind of knows everybody. You grew up in church there, so they are your fans and they follow you. We have so many people that have sent out love. My family's here, my mom and dad, my sisters there, just like we just love you. So I just want to say this to you before we end. I invited you on the show because I saw your story and it felt like my story. And I love the way you rise above things. And
Oh yeah,
forgiveness is everything. When people, and I don't mean it's underrated because forgiveness means it's a clean slate.
it
And
is. It is. It most definitely is. Just like like I said, when I left, not to cut you off or anything, but when I left the morning show, it was like I wasn't even upset because I have a relationship with God.
right,
Before I
right,
made
yes,
that decision, I talked to him and I talked to him like me and you are talking. Where what is my next move? Where should I be? What I need your help, God, to give me the direction that I need to go. Should I stay here or should I go? Is there a door? Is there another door that I need to walk through? What I need direction from you. I'm
it's
tired of
called,
doing it on my own.
it's called walking by faith.
I'm giving it to you.
Yes,
And honey, I walked out with my head up high. I didn't feel bad. I was at peace
yeah,
with my
yeah,
decision.
right.
And so I forgave anybody that did anything or thought anything negative. And that was out the door. I wished them well.
Right.
Hope that they wish me well as well. But if not, I got to move on. Thank you for the opportunity you gave me.
And
But
with
right
that,
now, look, God got me. And He reads, write, and direct everything that's dealing with Charlene, Miss Juicy, Lil Mama, Miss Juicy Baby, Queen of Atlanta Boo, all of those different, all of those different personalities.
I love every personality. We're going to be friends. I already know this. After this show is over, we'll talk some more. I just love you to pieces. Everybody out here is sending nothing but love and hearts to you. I'm so grateful and thankful for you coming on my show and talking about my book, 10 Dirty Little Secrets. And what's great about it is the things that we talked about is everything in this book, 10dirtylittlesecrets.com. But it's everything in this book. And those are the realities about being in the entertainment industry. And I just want to say to the people that are out there, we thank you for viewing the show today. Please wear a mask, wear gloves, have sanitation, sanitizing your hands is very important. We're just saying you are all a part of the body. You are important to us and we want you to live. We want to live. So we'll keep you lifted up in prayer. I'm honored to have you. We're going to be watching you and supporting you. I'm going to be tweeting all about you and I'll continue to follow you. So you guys, please follow and say thank you. Give me some love, give me some love, give me some love for Miss Juicy Baby. I'll talk to you
so much.
You're very welcome. Bye.
It's Miss Juicy Baby. Be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell if you want to see more of the juice.